What in the hell did I just watch? Black women's putting their hands on black men on this land. During Black Women's Lift Every Folding Chair and Swing month. What's up, guys? It's your sister. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, make sure that you're subscribing, make sure that you're liking and that you're sharing, that you're leaving a comment. Also, y'all, by the way, your sister made it to the blue wall.
I might leave out of here on crutches, but I'm having a good time.
This game is very difficult.
Yeah.
You literally will just brain fart.
I don't eat my pizza all the way through. I do the crust, I take all the toppings, I put on the crust. Pineapple, ham. What? What's that white lady who did the vampires? Lettuce. Stuffed crust. Hey man, you know Jesus was a Capricorn. Who else could just get 12 disciplines, just be rolling all around?
Why do you call them disciplines?
That's like whatever.
You gotta go.
I'm fighting for my life. I'm fighting for my life.
Oh.
I had my heart broke by somebody bald-headed recently. Somebody whose mustache ends don't meet. He was missing one side too, but I looked past that. Cause in my mind, I say, you know what? As a Black woman, I'm gonna support you.
I heard you was looking for me. Here I go. But yeah, shout out to Terrell for inviting me to the blue wall. For the last 2 years, I've had so many of my sisters ask, like, when are you going to the blue wall? When are you going to the blue wall? And a couple months ago, I literally flew in just to do it, and I flew out, and it was in between work, and I was so exhausted. And then I got there and I drank so much liquor, and so I'm literally shit-faced in this episode. I really wish I sang more, but y'all, it just was a good time. Like, I was drunk as fuck. I was lit as fuck. We had a good damn time, and I really, really hope he invites me back. So for those of you guys who are here because you saw me on the show, thank you so much for coming. I'm your sister, and I hope that you stay a while. Make sure that you subscribe, like, share, do all that jazz. Make sure that you watch me on Dish Nation, on Fox. Check your local listings. It's nationally syndicated. Yeah, I'm on Wildin' Out. I have a lot of stuff in store, a lot of stuff cooking up. I do have a lot of new music coming out. And yeah, like, I'm really, really excited. I think I'm going into a really, really good transitional period of life, and I'm really, really excited. So yeah, y'all, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much to my sisters who have supported me for the last 7 years. You know, we've been doing our thing. We've been doing our thing. And so I'm really, really blessed to have all of you who support me, who look out for me, who DM me, who repost me, who share me, who leave a comment, who engage with me. Like, literally everything that I get to do is because of God and y'all. Like, it's not a manager, it's not an agency, it's nobody. It's literally God and y'all. And I'm really, really thankful for all of you. All right, so with that being said, child, let's go ahead and get into this ultimatum episode during Black Women's Lift Every White Folding Chair and Swing month. So Netflix is back with a second season of the ultimatum. Side note, I thought it would be the third season, but I guess the gay people get their own season. So I guess the LGBTQ plus community, that ultimatum is another show. It's like, it's a branch off. So when we get another gay ultimatum, that's gonna be the second season. All right, cool. So this is the second season of the straight ultimatum. All right, and my goodness, what the fuck did I just watch? Like, I got through the first 2 episodes. This shit is lit. Like, it's a little too lit. Okay? What the fuck is going on? But let's go ahead and get into it. So we have 5 new couples who are on this season. I'm gonna just keep it a buck with y'all. The white couples are very boring. Very boring. I don't think I'm gonna be saying much about them unless they intertwine with the black couples. The only white couple that I found entertaining was the white couple where I believe the girl who is in the couple with the white guy, she is Middle Eastern, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe she's Middle Eastern. So anyway, let's go ahead and get into the couples who I think actually matter. All right, so first up, we have, who are these people? Okay, so first up, we have Roxanne and Antonio. So let's take a look at their intro.
Antonio, you're giving Roxanne the ultimatum.
Yes. I think that kind of pressure needs to be applied for her to think seriously about marriage. I knew that I wanted to spend the rest of my life with Roxanne from the moment that I met her. I was like, oh my God, I love this girl.
I love Antonio, but I had a lot of high expectations. I want someone who works really hard, is ambitious, and that's not Antonio. He is extremely, extremely career focused. I don't know why I put marriage in the middle of just things all going in the right direction.
Antonio, would you be willing to walk away if she says no?
Yes, I would be.
Okay, so the more we get to know this particular couple, basically, Antonio ain't got no job. Let's just keep it a buck. Basically, you know, Roxanne, she has a job where she is making significantly more than Antonio. Antonio even goes on in the season to say himself that he has not sustained a steady job throughout their relationship. And I believe they've been together, how long have they been together? I think they've been together, what, 2 years? I think they said. I can't remember how long they said they've been together. Yeah, like, he hasn't been able to sustain a job that is stable. He hasn't had career stability at all throughout their relationship. Apparently recently he finally got a good job, and he feels like now with the job that he does have now, soon he'll be able to like have enough money to take care of everything, basically, right? But you have her who constantly is talking about how ambitious she is. I'm ambitious, I'm ambitious, like you, Roxanne, what's your name? I'm ambitious. Roxanne, what's the weather like today? I'm ambitious. Roxanne, what kind of coffee do you? I'm ambitious. Like her answer to everything is I'm ambitious. God damn, like, okay, girl, we get it. Like, you a go-getter. Later on, you know, obviously in this show, what happens is that these couples go into, they assimilate a marriage, a fake marriage with somebody else who is also in this experiment with them. So they're gonna pull from another couple that's in this experiment, and so before they do that, they go on these dates to see who they're gonna couple up with. And it's like every date that Roxanne was on, it was I'm ambitious, I'm ambitious, I'm ambitious. It's like, okay, girl, God, like, my goodness, okay, girl, we get it. Shit, like, you ambitious. What the fuck else, bitch? Like, do you like the color? What's your favorite color? Do you like to travel? Like, what's your favorite movie, bitch? Like, goddamn, like, how many times you gonna tell me you ambitious? Like, that shit is like annoying. We get it, girl. Like, the boss babe culture is just, my goodness. Now, she does make a connection with, what's his name? What was his name? Alex. She makes a connection with Alex, who is in a couple with Kat. And Alex, what his thing is, Kat gave him an ultimatum. He's not in no rush to get married. He feels like Kat is very relaxed. She's very like easygoing. He does like more challenging women, and he feels that Miss Ambitious is up his alley. So that's pretty much that on that. Let's go ahead and get to the next couple. So next couple is Raya and Trey. Let's look at their intro.
You issued an ultimatum.
Where I am in my life is the right time. As far as the financial part, got that part down pat. We live together. I think our relationship is good. I love her a whole lot. My parents have been together for 30 plus years, and I already know that it's a decision to love somebody every day. It's not just a feeling.
I haven't seen a happy, healthy marriage. I've only seen, you know, situationships or a divorce. But like, you know, when you're looking at social media, you see like all these big old cases of roses. I'm like, oh, that's nice.
The first Valentine's Day that me and Raya had, I lined my house with candles all the way down the hallway to the bedroom, lingerie laid out, teddy bear on the bed. I had Beyonce playing in the back. So to me, I went above and beyond the romantic gesture.
It was nice.
Nice.
They cut it off. So she went on to say, yeah, I mean, it was nice, but I mean, it wasn't giving what I be seeing on TikTok. On TikTok, they be having the big roses and, you know, they have it laid out a certain way, and it just wasn't giving that. And I'm just like, girl, what? Like, social media is really killing relationships. Like, it's really killing relationships. Raya is 24. She's with this 28-year-old, what is he again? I think he's an engineer. Yeah, he's an engineer. They've been dating for 2 years. You live with him, right? He pays all the bills. She works at Hooters, right? And nothing against Hooters, but when she keeps talking, she doesn't have a plan for the future. It's like, she's like, you know, I don't know what I want to do with my life. I don't know if I want to get married because I don't know what I want to do with my life. I don't know if this is what I want. I don't know. It's like, she don't know shit. Raya, what do you want to eat? I don't know. Raya, what's the weather like today? I don't know. Raya, what color's my shirt? I don't know. Literally, like, that's her whole personality. I don't know. She don't know shit. She don't know what she wants in the future, nothing, right? And then, you know, her and Trey have this conversation about children. She's like, you know, I know you want children in the future. What if I were to tell you that I don't want any kids? And she gets really like emotional about it. And he's like, well, I'm telling you, I want you. I want to be with you. And she's like, well, what if I'm telling you I don't want kids? I know you want kids. And he's like, but I want you. And as I'm watching that, I'm like, that's a red flag. Because Trey, even though he didn't explicitly say, I want children, she's saying that because she knows you want children. And so wanting children is a very big deal in life. It's a very big deal. It can be a very big deal breaker in a relationship. And so I'm just wondering why this man is there. Like, obviously you want to be married. She doesn't. Like, she doesn't know, which to me means she doesn't want to be married. Okay? You seem way more invested into this relationship than she does. Y'all are in y'all 20s. Why are y'all here? That's another thing. Ultimatum, why are people in their 20s here? There's literally a couple that's like, what, they're both, there's 123, 124. They've been together since high school. Why are they here? I don't want to see nobody in their 20s. Your 20s, like, this should be really just 30s and up. It should really just be 30s and up. It should not be anybody in their 20s. Because what? An ultimatum in your 20s? That's crazy. No, absolutely not. And so to me, yeah, Trey just seems to be very more invested into Raya than she is into him. Even with this experience, like, he's asking her, like, you know, like, do you think you're going to make a connection? I don't know. Do you think that? I don't know. It's like everything is, I don't know. But you know what I realized, though, is the I don't know girls, the girls who just like kind of just like feather their way through life, a lot of times men chase that. Like, men chase that a lot because that's a challenge to them. That's a challenge to them. It's like, oh, I'm gonna make her change her mind. Like, I'm gonna make her change. Like, men do like a challenge, even though sometimes it's like, okay, obviously this girl doesn't want you. But is it just me, or men often like women who don't like them, or women who are mean to them and don't appreciate anything that they bring to the table? And then it's the opposite when they meet a woman that does come with intentionality, does come forward with plans, just like they're coming, and it's like, oh no, I don't want her. Like, is it me, or because I see that a lot. I feel like I've seen that a lot. But yeah, immediately no. Like, immediately to me, I'm just like, yeah, this is, I don't see this going anywhere. Let's go to the next couple. So with this couple, we have Lisa and Brian. Let's look at their intro video.
Been together for almost 2 years, and we love each other and our families love each other. So it's kind of like, what are you waiting on? The goal is to leave here with the man that I'm in love with.
Maybe, we're not ready for marriage.
I feel pretty confident that he's gonna propose. Because I don't think he's ever been put in a position to where he truly felt like he was gonna lose me.
I just love how she's careless. I mean, selfless. I apologize.
You better correct that.
Selfless. Super selfless. I love you.
I love you too. Stop.
I want to make sure that we are in a good financial space so that I can provide for our future family.
We've talked about it over and over again that if he's not ready to propose, then I'm ready to move on.
Okay. Leaving off with that conversation, right? So she's saying, obviously he's saying like, I want to be in a place where I'm financially stable. And she's like, well, we've had this conversation over and over again that if he's not ready to propose, then I'm going to move on. Sis, how many times are you going to have that conversation with someone before you move on? Like, let's just start there. If I've been with somebody 2 years, which to me, I agree that that's enough time to know whether you want to marry someone. So if we're having these conversations over and over again, why am I here? Why am I still here? I'm leaving. I'm gone. I'm gone. Like NSYNC. Gone. I'm gone. I'm out the door. I'm out. Like, why are you still here? He was stressing that, yeah, he has to be somewhere. He has to be at a certain place financially. She's 31. He's 28, right? I just want to make that note. So I feel like she's further along in her maturity than he is. Initially watching them, I'm like, oh, she's further along in her maturity than he is. She's further along in her career than he is, right? But anyway, is it me, or sometimes when a man says, I need to be somewhere, I need to be at a specific place financially before I can get married with you, to me, that's a cop-out. And let me tell you why, right? I can see if we're boyfriend and girlfriend and we're living in separate places, right? And you got your finances over here, I got my finances over here. We're living separate lives, but we're exclusive with each other, right? If you say that to me, okay. But if you're living with me and we are conducting ourselves as though we are already married, right? We're under the same roof. Both finances are literally being depended on under that same roof. You telling me that I need to be at a specific place financially in order for us to get married is a cop-out to me. Because we're already living as though we are married. We're doing married things. We are living together. We are conducting ourselves as though we are betrothed. And so, to me, that's a cop-out. Let me know if you agree with that. Again, I feel like it is a cop-out if we are both living under the same roof. Not if we weren't. I only feel like it's a cop-out when we both are living under the same roof. And I want to stress that because a lot of you guys, you'll hear me say something, but it's like y'all don't be having a listening comprehension, and you put words in my mouth. So if you rip this clip, make sure that you rip it correctly, okay? But I feel like that's a cop-out. Now here's where things really got shaky for me, right? So Lisa and Brian are going back and forth about finances, right? And so Brian is like, yeah, but I want to be at a certain place financially before I commit to marrying you, right? And she's like, but I got 6 figures. You're with a 6-figure bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm making 6 figures a year. You know what I mean? Like, I got money. I don't need your money. No, ma'am. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, that ain't it. That ain't it. Lately, my friends and I have been talking a lot about like femininity, right? And how, especially on the internet, there's all these femininity channels, all these channels, these hypergamous channels, right? And all these channels coaching women on resting in your femininity. And you have these men, all these men like Steven Speaks, right? Talking about resting in your femininity, right? And today my cousin said something to me that was so true. Because I was telling her, I saw this video with Steven Speaks where he mentioned me because we were both on a panel for Dear Wifey. And he said that on the panel, I was saying that a lot of men that I come by, most men that I have come by, right? To them, a woman being feminine is a woman doing the feminine acts, playing her feminine role, cooking, cleaning, serving, right? Tending to, right? And I said that, and on the panel, I was like, I feel like a lot of men think that way because they saw their mothers doing that, right? But the problem with that was that while their mothers were being servants, no one was serving their mother. No one was serving their mother. And I came across this clip mentioning me, and I was like, damn, so you're not going to mention that other part? Of course not. Because men don't like addressing the fact that, like my cousin told me today, there's another side of a woman being feminine, right? When a woman is resting in her femininity, you can rest assured that a man is resting in his masculinity, right? That's why at ease, you can rest in your femininity. Not saying that if a man is not resting in his masculinity, that you automatically get out of your femininity. But most of the time, when you come across a relationship where a woman is easily resting in her femininity, it is because she has a man who is actively playing his masculinity role. And why am I saying that? When I saw that moment with her, to me, it showed me that you are very masculine, Lisa. You are being very masculine. And it's not you making more money than Brian that's making you masculine. It is him literally telling you, I want to be somewhere. I want to be at a certain place financially. And you're like, no, well, I'm there already. And he's like, no. I want to be there. So obviously you're making six figures. He's not. He's not. You're not able to rest because he's not making six figures. You're having to work a lot because he's not making six figures. Okay? And so you're not resting. You're not at ease. Even in the way, now one thing that Steven Speaks did say was, it's not only the being feminine, a woman being in her femininity is not only her cooking, cleaning, or whatever, it's also her tone. It's also the way that she addresses her man, which I totally agree. I totally agree with that. Totally agree with that. However, again, a lot of times when you do see a woman being irate with her man, I'm not saying all the time, but a lot of time when you see a woman being irate like this, it is because she has not been able to rest. She hasn't been able to rest. And unfortunately, a lot of women are experiencing that. And when you watch this season too, you're seeing like, even with Roxanne, I'm ambitious, I'm this, I'm that, I'm this, I'm that, but she's with a white guy who's not making as much as her. So it's not just a black woman's problem. Now, it is overwhelming in the black community, but it's not just a black woman's problem the way the internet makes it seem. All these platforms, especially like all these podcasts and all these relationship specialists, they all tend to focus on black women. But it's not just a black woman issue. It is an all women issue. And you see that on this show. It's displayed where you have these women making more money than their men, and they're not all black. But anyway, so to me, that was a hell nah. That was a hell nah to the nah, hell to the no. That was a nah. That's a nah. No, that's not the answer. I make the money. That's not the answer. That is not the answer. That's not the answer. Because now you're going to be the answer to everything for the rest of your fucking relationship. Okay? So anyway, what else did we... So then anyway, we move on. There's a series of dates that... No, there's a group date that happens. No. I'm sorry. they all branch out and they have these dates together, right? And so you see Lisa, she goes and she has a date with the guy who's with Roxanne, the white dude. And it's like, I don't even need to talk about their date, because the entire time while she's on the date with that guy, she's looking over at Raya and Brian. They're on their date. And she's telling her date how pissed off she is that it looks like he's making a connection with her. Very awkward. So later on in the evening, we see everybody get together, right? And so it's a big group date and everybody's out for drinks or whatever. And they're talking, they're chilling. And Lisa's like, so let's talk about who was your best date today? And everybody is kind of hesitant at first to talk about it. And then I feel like the dude, Alex, who's with Kat, Alex, who ends up connecting with Roxanne, Kat says that she made a connection with Roxanne's boo, right? Cool. Then you have Raya, who speaks up and she's like, oh, well, you know what? Me and Brian, we connected. We had a lot in common. You know, I just felt like, you know, we had a good time. And Lisa is pissed. She gets up. She's like, you know what? Let me go ahead and get me a drink. Let me go ahead and get me a drink during white women's, not during white women's, during black women's, because it's never a white women's month, but during black women's lift every white folding chair and sing and swing month. Let me go ahead and get me a drink, a watermelon drink, but my boy on drink. And so she's down to the bar and Brian comes over to her and he's like, yo, why are you upset? Why are you upset? She's like, do you like her? Like, do you like this Hooters girl? Like, what the fuck is going on? And he's like, yo, we're here for this experiment. We have to date other people. We have to talk to other people. That's what we have to do. Lisa starts crying. She's upset. Anyway, they all eventually go back to the group. Then later on, you see Raya pulls Brian and they sit down and talk. And Raya's like, you know, I like the time that we spent together during our date earlier. You know, like we were vibing. Things were cool. I like your conversation. No, just cool. Like they're having really good chemistry. They're talking to each other. They're smiling at each other. And then you have Lisa who comes and she interrupts them. Also, I mean, so what's going on? What's going on? What y'all talking about? Y'all making a connection? Y'all making a connect for? Like, what the fuck is going on? Y'all connecting the dots? Like, what the fuck is going on? Y'all tic-tac-toe? What the fuck is going on? And just interrupts their date. And it makes things very, very uncomfortable to the point where, like, Raya just gets up. She's like, you know what? I'm going to let you guys talk. And she's like, yeah, you better do that. Like, she said something to that effect. I'm like, damn, girl, what the fuck is this? Like, girl, this is not... Girl, you do know this is Flicks of Net, right? This is not Love and Hip Hop. This is Flicks of Net. Girl, you are on the wrong show. What is happening here? Mind you, you the one who gave this motherfucker the ultimatum. You saw the other seasons. You've seen the previous seasons. You know what time it is. Like, you took this man to this experience. What is wrong with you? So anyway, things get heated. Her and Brian, they have this conversation. Things get heated. And, you know, he's telling her, like, yo, like, this is what goes on with this experience. She's like, I don't know if I could do this. Like, I don't know if I want to do this. Like, what the fuck? And what the fuck? You connecting with that Hooters bitch? You talking to the Hooters bitch? Then out of nowhere, she fucking mauls this man in the face. She face mauls this guy. And girl, so my feelings, the way I read you, were correct. Girl, you, not only are you the masculine one in this relationship, but you are aggressive and violent. Totally out of order. Disgusting. Insufferable. Okay? Now, I don't know what happened. I don't know all the details of the relationship. I don't know all that you and Brian have been through. But that is unacceptable. It's unacceptable. Then I don't know why that came to me, but that's unacceptable. Unacceptable. The remix to that song is unacceptable as well. But that's unacceptable. 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 putting your hands on that man's face. What if a man did that? Like, what if he did that to you? We'd be having a whole other conversation. We'd be having a whole other conversation. Y'all hoes need to learn how to keep your motherfucking hands to yourselves. Like, let's just talk about that. Y'all hoes need to learn how to keep your motherfucking hands to yourself. I don't condone violence, domestic violence. However, I've said all the time on here that violent behavior does often result in violent acts. However, no one's behavior here was violent but Lisa's. But Lisa's. Like, you hit him unprovoked. You put your hands on him unprovoked. And on camera. On flicks of net. For the world to see. You know, Netflix to me, even though there's a lot of things I don't like, especially when it comes to like the reality shows and how women are portrayed, black women are portrayed especially. I feel like Netflix has been one of those places where black women have not been represented badly. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, there's been some situations I've seen black women in that I didn't like, but that wasn't necessarily like a Netflix or production thing. But for you to bring that shit here, don't bring that shit here, girl. This is a classy fucking party. We don't do that on Netflix. We don't put our hands on each other on Netflix. No. 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 Ça, c'est dans Love and Hip Hop. Ça, c'est sous VH1 pour faire bagay ça. Pour faire caca ça, pour faire caca ça sous VH1. Not on Netflix. No, no. And to be honest, after she did that shit, you should have been removed. You should have been fucking removed from the show. Immediately. 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 Why was she not escorted off? You know, we had her and Brian get into this whole argument, and he's like, you know, you're the problem. She's like, you're the problem. And side note, did y'all see when the cameras panned down to her feet, did y'all see that Lisa was wearing the Monica 93s? I'm sorry, what is this? What is this, honey? I'm sorry, it's giving really wanna make things right. Bitch. Did y'all... Did y'all see that she was wearing the Monica 93s? I'm screaming. What the fuck is this? Girl, what the fuck is this? Miss Six Figures, I'ma need you to... Girl. Them shoes is 20 years late. Six Figures, I'ma need you to catch up, alright? We are 20 years ahead of them shoes. But yeah, that was totally unacceptable to me. Totally unacceptable to me, and she should have been escorted off the premises and taken off the show. Now, I don't know what happens next. I only got into the first 2 episodes, but this shit was ghetto. Immediately. Reviews, ghetto. Oh, what happened next? Oh, they did go on more dates. So Brian did go on a date with Raya, and Raya did disclose more to him. She opened up to him, and she told him that she actually had a miscarriage, which explains why she had that moment with Trey earlier when she said, you know, what about not having kids, you know? And she said that she had a miscarriage, she didn't hear the heartbeat, and so she doesn't want to risk going through that again. She would rather just not have children. And I thought that was a very deep conversation to have with Brian versus not having that with Trey. I thought that was interesting, right? Then you had Trey, who had a date with Lisa. It looks like they're making a connection, and Trey was telling Lisa how beautiful she is, how genuine she is, and how amazing she is, and he told her that he feels that she's passionate and that her heart is in the right place. Trey, while her heart may be in the right place, her heart might be in the right place, but her hands are not. Baby, I'm worried for you. I'm worried for you, baby. I'm worried for you. And Trey comes across as a very good man, Savannah. He comes across as someone who has really, really good intentions. He wants to be married. He wants to settle down. And he comes across a little bit more mature than Brian. Just a tad. And he's an engineer, so obviously he's better off financially. So while I think they probably could work, I think that Lisa, instead of looking for an ultimatum, girl, you need to be down to somebody's therapist's couch. See, y'all be going on these dating shows when y'all need to be going to therapy. Y'all be going and looking for niggas and ultimatums. Y'all want to put y'all hands on niggas when you need to be putting your hands on a therapist appointment. Okay? Anyway, let me know what you guys thought about the first 2 episodes. I can't wait to go ahead and check out the next 2. Drop down in the comments. Let me know what you think. And I'll see you guys in the next video.